this is just a general for Asians, not just your vision of Asians, South Asians too. We have only a couple of options available to us. Otherwise, our parents see us as failures.
Yeah.
Yep. I was meant to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer. I also fell into the arts, but mine was design.
Yeah.
What did your parents say? Because I didn't know you were a dancer until today. I had no idea, an idea you dance. And at the end of this, I'm praying that you're going to do a dance for us. He's probably not, but I'm going to see if I can force him to do it.
We don't need to see any of that.
We'll work on it. When you told them you wanted to dance, Dave, that's gotta be a rough conversation to have. That's almost as hard as me coming out to my parents.
Yeah.
That's a bold one.
I mean, what I ended up doing was I just like kept it on the low. You know, like I just did it.
You secretly Billy Ellioted in your bedroom?
I didn't tell anybody. Yeah. Like I danced in my room, or like I would do anything to be able to dance. Like I didn't have a lot of money back then, and I didn't want to ask my parents because I didn't want them to know. So I'd like volunteer.
What kind of dance?
Hip hop. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was, it was just like something that really resonated with me. And I did not tell them until maybe 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
I think they found out. I don't know how they found out, but I think it was because I was doing a show, or maybe they just noticed that I was out late a lot. With like, and sweaty coming back.
And they thought that it was you out with girls, and then they were so upset, even more upset to find out it wasn't just girls, it was dance.
Yeah.
And then I think we all just want to know, when did the beatings come?
Luckily I started dancing when I was older. Like I started dancing when I was about 20.
Oh, so you're too old to be spanked?
Yes, exactly. Great. I had a bit of height on my parents, luckily.
Isn't that such a lovely point in your life when you're bigger than your parents and they don't intimidate you anymore?
Exactly.
The nicest.
It was a whirlwind. But like for you, was it always fashion? Like
yes. Okay, I lied to my parents. I wasn't. I was kind of like you, where I would do it secretly, and so they also found out. Actually, no, I was a lot braver. We're just gonna say I was a lot braver than you, Manny.
You are.
No. So okay, here's what it is. So they wanted me to be a doctor. A couple of my siblings had studied psychology, and then I'm the youngest, and so I did what I was told. I was a good Asian boy, and my mom told me that I must do this, and so I was going to do this. And so I went to college. The first year I was doing psychology. Hated it. I'm not an academic. I always did very well at school, but I never tried. And so I hated college. I didn't want to do that, and so I secretly dropped out and enrolled in fashion college, and I did my whole degree. They never knew. They thought that I was going to regular college every day. I wasn't. And then when I finally graduated, I said, tricked you guys. Like, I didn't do psychology. I graduated.
What was it like breaking that news to your parents?
So imagine telling your mom at like 13, 14 that you've gotten not only one person pregnant, but like the whole school pregnant. It's like that level.
Okay.
Like that level.
That's
I
a high
thought I
level.
was going to be killed at that point.
Yeah.
Like she had a look on her face like she was reaching for a samurai and she was going to chop my head off.
God.
Thankfully, ended well. She was like, okay, it's too late. There's nothing I can do about it. However, she knew I was a really good boy. Here's the thing. I was always a very sensible kid. And I was like, I know that I've not done what you expected me to do, but I promise you I will be your most successful child.
That's fair.
And I am. Yeah. So, sorry, Mom. No. I'm sorry, siblings. No, but that's it. I think if you truly do feel like you can break that mold, you have to be willing to push so hard to prove your worth, because you can't be the only one in your family who's a dancer and then end up on the streets. Like you have to, because then you ruin it for everybody else in your life, in your family, like in your community.
That is so true.
You are constantly the punchline. You're like, you can't pull a Manny. And so now they're like,
you can't have that.
But now they can say, oh, you can pull a Manny. Like you could be this thing. You don't just have to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's funny you say that, because I literally was the black sheep. Like there aren't any dancers or actors in my dad's side or my mom's side. Like it was. Now that I think of it, there was kind of a lot of pressure in that. And is that the same for you? Was there anybody that you could look up to in your family?
No one. And so I felt like I had to prove my worth. And I got to the point where I wanted to retire relatively early anyway, but I got to the point where I retired at 33, and people find that bizarre.
Yeah.
But I worked my butt off for years and years and years, thinking I cannot fail at this. Now that I've told them that I'm leaving our culture behind, which is I won't be the stereotypical kid.
Yeah.
I'm going to carve my own path. That gave me some strength like I've never known, and I was forcing myself every day to make sure that I got up. I worked a part-time job to make sure my businesses would succeed. I think without that, if I was somebody who was encouraged as a kid to embrace the arts, I may have been different. But knowing that I was going against the curve, it pushed me so hard to prove my worth.
I can completely relate. Yeah, that's such a good point.